Here's the Radiant ban. Radiant's turn to ban.
Impossible.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds. Dire's turn
Radiant's
to
turn
pick.
to pick.
Points away.
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
The Dire get a ban.
Welcome back. You're catching us in the middle of a series. It's upper bracket semi-finals, and we have got BB Team versus Shopify Rebellion in the draft already. First couple of bans are out of the way. We don't care about those. Do we care? No, we don't really care about those. First picks are in as well, as we have Shopify on Dire side. We've got Boom on the Radiant side. First pick goes the way of Shopify Rebellion, and this is normal. It's not in the pick anyway.
It's promising.
Yeah.
Getting the Pango on Shopify for Ovid, that changes, like, the issue that we were talking about last game is being dependent on a long cooldown from the offlane to take fights does not exist when you have a Pangolier. And not only has Ovid had excellent performances on this hero in DreamLeague, but this is not only the strongest heroes in the game, but you never have to worry about your ability to initiate from the mid lane.
How does it make you feel?
Radiant's turn to ban.
How does it make me feel?
Yes.
It makes me feel optimistic.
Optimistic, PogChat pandas. These picks make people feel optimistic.
And that's not to say I'm favoring them.
I hear
It's not to say I'm
optimistic,
favoring them. It's
optimistic
just,
music. That's what we want to accompany.
I don't favor one team over the other. I would just like to see Shopify have a nice tournament for a team.
How about cautiously optimistic?
Cautiously optimistic.
Okay, but I think that they nailed it on the head.
Be a little bit cautious here, Shiva, with what you're about to say.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
What do you feel, Lacoste?
I'm feeling this music. Nothing has to change. I'm more focused on the draft because
Radiant's turn
again,
to
Dawnbreaker's banned out at Boom. They are opening up with Phoenix. This is Toronto, Tokyo's kind of becoming special hero as well because before he had pretty limited hero pool. I mean, the whole squad did. Like, even if we go back to Riyadh Masters, they were one of the teams that had like the lowest hero pool, and they really expanded it. Mostly coming out from Pure on that position 4, who played basically 3-4 heroes. But we're gonna see. But we've seen him already at the DreamLeague playing 5-6 heroes.
That's 2 more than 4.
Absolutely.
Including Dazzle, of course. That was a very strong performance where we saw the Dazzle offlane coming out from him. So very curious to see what he'll play this game round.
I think Save is one of the best Willow players in the world, and once you have a Phoenix, you can combo it with things like Willow. That idea is gone. But generally, what Phoenix in the first phase opens up for your draft is the ability to combine with things on your team, right? For example, you could have something like an Earthshaker protecting you. You could have something like a Willow terrorizing the Egg. You also have the defensive ability to buff up a carry like Medusa.
Dire's turn to pick.
So, for as long as the first phase goes, I understand why BetBoom want to experiment with this overall first Phoenix.
Shopify still did not lose with Vengeful Spirit when they picked it. They do flex it between 4 and 5. It's also a great way of just bursting heroes, not necessarily needing to use it defensively. We've seen this as a great counter to Gyrocopter specifically, where he gets away from his team, and then this burst damage comes out. Great to split up the combo if we're talking about Skyrat Mage.
Yeah.
Like, first 2 heroes that come to my mind immediately, again, Legion Commander, maybe Axe for Pure. These are 2 of his 2 out of 3 probably best heroes, so something with the low cooldown that can start a fight. Even Centaur comes to my mind. It was banned in the previous game.
Enchantress.
But again, Shopify Rebellion picking for the strong laning phase. I think Shopify lost 1 out of all games, like lost the laning stage one game so far in this tournament, which is pretty impressive.
Radiant's
Their
turn to
laning
pick.
is excellent, but I do like the idea you mentioned of a Centaur and Axe, or even the LC, something that you can kind of have your Phoenix dive in, egg, maybe potentially bait a target to come hit it, one of the ones that you don't want, and then you could follow up with this duel from the LC into the burst damage from Skywrath Mage. So, I mean, on paper, this is a very formulaic draft from Bed Boom.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm a little worried already for Shopify, because Enchantress, Vengeful Spirit, if you lose laning stage with these heroes don't really scale well. They can't easily get the farm, and we might, you know, spice things up a little bit because we're getting to the later stages of the draft. So give me some tense music now.
Tense
Music sounds cool. To be fair, though, I do not think these heroes are in danger of losing lane. Like, I think Beastmaster Enchantress is one of the tried and true combinations in Dota. Even if they're not on the same lane, they end up collapsing on the same lane at some point and just pushing for towers, pushing for dive pressure, maybe going through the gates, what have you. And Vengeful Spirit, very hard to see her lose lanes these days. So I'm not worried about Shopify's laning right now. I think they have a really nice draft going for them in terms of skirmishing. They're not depending on big cooldowns like they were in the last draft, right? Now they can just play on either Enchantress's push tempo, Beastmaster's map control, and even the Pangoliers outside of his role, his swashbuckle, right? The Vengeful Spirit plus Pangolier do so much damage with the wave into the swashbuckle.
I'm a little worried for their lockdown against this Puck. Vengeful Spirit's stun is not reliable. Nader is Rolling Thunder. Beastmaster, he also would love someone else to go in. He can't just like rush in and get the stun. This is also, have in mind, Beastmaster into Legion Commander, so you will have the spell mechanic. I feel like this is one of those games where Puck can go with 0 deaths. Even if they lose the game, Puck can still pop off and end up the game without even dying. This last pick for Shopify Rebellion, I feel like it also needs to provide them with some kind of a stun, some kind of a silence, maybe just like itemization wise, because right now GPK can do whatever he wants.
I mean, you are right that the lockdown for a Puck is a little bit scary, but I think that if Shopify play for an early timing, which it looks like they're looking to do with their Enchantress and Beastmaster, then they're not too concerned about catching the Puck. They just want to do their own thing, right? They do their own thing before Puck can get up to shenanigans.
Yeah, there's one hero that you mentioned in the previous game, which I really like for this one. That's Luna, potentially, for Shopify. If they want to group up, have all these auras, Beastmaster, Vengeful Spirit, Enchantress with like one item, and then Pango with his Diffusal Blade, I think they could potentially get away with that. I'm not a biggest fan of Luna. I'm just, you know, thinking that how they can try to fix this draft.
Bang, can we get a drum roll, please, for the last pick here? They have to pick into Muerta.
This pick might take 2 minutes.
It might take 2 minutes, so I hope you're ready.
They have a lot of bonus time left, I'll say that. We did see a Muerta earlier this week on the side of Shopify. It was amazing in the hands of Arteezy. They crushed with it.
Yeah, I think Arteezy is actually one of the players who has a solid understanding of Muerta. Like, he always itemizes well, and he finds a way to make the hero look useful. My only issue with Muerta is often her laning just backfires. Like, it just malfunctions.
Idiots.
Well, all it takes is one rotation.
Sorry, Effie.
I'm testing Jens. I try to see how good
This is
how good his
very
cardio is.
difficult hero to make work. I feel like Muerta has been buffed in terms of maybe support role, position 4. There's been a lot of pro players practicing it in pubs. But when it comes down to carry Muerta, like, you also picked it into Legion Commander, which is a blade mail carrier. They still have the last pick. They didn't ban TB this time because Muerta works really well against it.
Oh, you're so lucky they didn't go to the last 45 seconds. So we got a PL, guys.
Just to follow up on Lacoste before you talk about the PL, I think the safety of this Muerta is the Vengeful Spirit swap against the LC. I think Muerta gives you a lot in this draft, right? You have the Revenants to silence the Puck, a way to play into Puck early game, and then also you have a way to kill the egg. She just ulties and she hits the egg and fights. On the other hand, though, there are ways to kill her. She can get coiled into Mystic Flared, dueled into Mystic Flared. Even Phoenix, before, I mean, in the early stages of the game, where he has a lot of magic damage, can really F with Muerta.
Yeah.
You know? But it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Also, like this defensive swap, I don't think it's going to be as effective, because if you're swapping someone out of the coil, like the coil still going to snap, you're going to deal damage, you're going to be stunned, and then the rest of the team can potentially burst you. So I do like how they round up their draft on side of Shopify Rebellion, but still, again, giving at least 55, maybe even 60 in this one, because this is Nightfall PL we're talking about. He's one of the better PL players out there. If someone can make it work, that's definitely him. Pure, he's already, you know, he played Legion Commander in the previous game and gonna play it again. I think it's another great, this game might be even better LC game than the previous one.
I will bat for Shopify, because even though it is a good PL game as he scales, I think Shopify have a lot of map control. They've got the Beastmaster and the Enchantress and the Pango, who's going to have a solid lane versus Puck and then rotate on the PL over and over. I mean, if they accomplish what they seek to do, which is end before 40 minutes, which in their laning on Shopify has been quite good. I'm not too concerned about them not being able to play the map, then they should have it.
All right, well, one thing is clear. I think we got to have an exciting game on our hand. For some extra excitement for the game, we're going to the Puck Japan.
No more games.
Yeah, let's see, ladies and gentlemen, if Shopify Rebellion can strike back in this game too, or if BetBoom's going to be able to walk home with a 2-0. Fogged already with this draft. I'm seeing straight up they get this puck for GPK. A little worried if they're going to be able to lock it down on the side of Shopify Rebellion. And then there's also a PL at the end. Two slippery heroes. Do Shopify have enough to lock them down?
We'll have to see. I think lanes are going to be really important. I think Shopify has to have an advantage coming out of these lanes in order to put pressure on. And I think if the game slows down too much, I completely agree with what FB's saying. I think this like 35 to 40 minutes is likely, unless Shopify is like some tremendous lead or something like that, that's when they probably want to look to be closing it out. Because, yeah, the lack of catch could be a problem. And they did pick 4 heroes kind of in a way to shut down this Pango. And the Pango, I feel like, is the one who can actually address in a way versus that PL and stuff. So, yeah. Legion, Sky, Phoenix, Puck could cause some problems for Oddbed, but let's see what goes down.
Yeah, for sure. Because one thing we know, and we saw it in the start of game 1, early game for Shopify Rebellion, they're pretty good at that bit, Fog.
Yep, and that's what they need to have happen here, because they do have to, they also mentioned, it's a strong group up. If they get this Beastmaster off to a good start so he can get his helm, they play with the Enchantress creep, they're just kind of grouped up and they're just bringing that pressure, but I do have concerns, I gotta be honest. Like, the egg hitting definitely looks a little lackluster. It's really just the Muerta and I guess the Beastmaster aura that's gonna help to hit a little bit. But that means you're putting yourself in a position right inside of that egg, so.
Yeah. I mean, how do you yourself rank Muerta right now as a carry?
I think we always say we're not the biggest fans, right? I don't know if you're still on board with that, but
we got some buffs since that, right?
It did. The Revenant overall is much better. You get that additional Revenant, and the duration gets refreshed if you get a kill inside of it. So I guess they were trying to find an extra control for the puck. That was actually a carry also, because if you look at their draft beside that, it was like, uh-oh, this puck can definitely run rampant. This could potentially get them that catch, so we'll see if it works.
Crit should be fine here. Toronto Tokyo not wanting to try and make a play there with a blood grenade. Respecting the fact that Crit still had a fair fire.
And we have to, of course, talk about, like you said, besides just the elusive heroes, all that, Nightfall, this is a specialty PL. People can always remember Epileptic Kid when he used to have that name. This was the one that people were just terrified. You did not give this man PL.
Bottom lane. Would you say there's much kill potential for Shopify Rebellion? Or unlikely?
Unlikely. Tokyo, if he misplays, probably, but sure.
They're gonna get him. Nicely done there.
Nice.
Shopify able to secure that first blood.
To take the
In the hands of Arteezy.
Both times. Same thing last game. They hit level 2 first. They get the aggressive move. It happens again. Pure, still only level 1. Can't actually protect himself right away. I think I've seen Fly and Arteezy win most of these lanes. Although last game we did see it was kind of a bit of both. They started really good, but then Arteezy got killed a couple times and ended up really swinging fast. But Fly,
Good fit there from Arteezy, but not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough to save Fly. In the return here for BetBoom.
Bit too much burst. Yeah, let's see bottom. Maybe they do. You know, maybe they do have some type of skill threat onto Toronto Tokyo if he's not careful, because you're extremely low armor, and versus that Venge, you're going to be put negative. So if he does, you know, play a little bit too over aggressive with the Icarus dive.
Not while I'm around.
Saberlight trading nicely here, holding the wave as he wishes.
Yeah, a fair bit of denies. 10-4 right now. Nightfall still CSing fine though, 11-1. Lotus, looks like Tokyo is going to be able to snatch that one away. So far, lane's looking pretty decent. More to getting that free farm. Pure definitely getting slowed down, and not only just getting slowed down, but keeping him. I mean, Pure might just die again.
Kind of blocked by the creeps as well. Yeah. He managed to step back, but I think he's not a very great spot for Pure to be, and he's still got a couple of tangos.
Yep, this actually is pairing to be much tougher lane for him than it was last time. Constant harassment coming up from the two range heroes. Definitely a problem.
Really getting aggressive on the spot. Wow. Shopify. They hit the level 3s. They want to go in on them. Giving them push right back under the tower. Toronto Tokyo very low.
They're zoning Nightfall off with this creep wave pretty nicely here.
Mark with the axes that time, Saberlight, but still the boards bringing Toronto Tokyo down. Kill to a very dangerous point. I mean, in terms of regen on this bottom lane, only the stick charges for Toronto. Salve just come out, actually.
Yeah, he's just got it delivered.
Salve and Tango's ready.
Yeah, Nightfall. Oh, he actually, I mean, he did miss quite a bit under that tower there, but still up to 20-1. But that was good aggression there coming out from the side of Shopify to slow him down.
Mid lane continues to be pretty much dead even.
Yep. That's the least fun lane, I think, to watch right now. Constantly trading back and forth. Top Fly, he does have the camp open now, level 2 enchants online, and he's got a Centaur creep. So it should continue to be pretty dominant up here, in particular for Shopify. So far, things looking good.
Yeah. Proving very difficult for BetBoom to really harass Arteezy at all now in the lane.
Yeah. And overall, not really able. Their lane bottom isn't really about trying to push Saberlight out by any means. It's a Phoenix and a PL, not really the most aggressive. So Saberlight should have good timings on his helm. And Crit's already starting to get stacks started. The beauty of Venge, don't even need vision or anything like that. Those stacks going. Yeah, Pure, definitely having a tough time.
Now, Fly is able to get quite aggressive here. Might be able to set something up.
He's got to slow.
Arteezy wants to join with this. And they can go for save. We'll get the silence out. He gets one. He might just get the two of them. I mean, Pure's got stick charges.
Quite a bit of procs.
Arteezy's just able to kite this out. They're going to be able to take both of them down here, surely. He's trying to hide, but Fly finishes him off. As this top lane, Arteezy and Fly continue to crush it.
Damn, the calling. This buff is pretty crazy. The additional Revenant and everything, too. Pure walks in, he's like, oh my god, I'm actually taking an absurd amount of damage. So far, this Muerta, they said it, right? They've been the ones who's been making it look good, and Arteezy's been playing it quite a lot in the pubs, so far looking hot. 37-10 to only 18 onto Pure right now.
And I mean, they might get another kill out of this.
Oh,
Pure's come back to lane, but Shopify Rebellion, they have 3 heroes in the neighborhood.
Oh, Pure's getting baited.
He's looking pretty dead. As more gold and glory here for the safe lane of Shopify Rebellion.
Beautiful move. Love this rotation.
I mean, Pure's just getting completely shut down this game.
He's got to walk
He was
up.
popping off last game in game 1, but it's going to take a lot for him to get back to anywhere close to sort of the momentum he had here in game 2.
He's going to have to walk all the way back up there. Only level 3. Level 5 already finished up onto Arteezy.
This is as rough as it gets as a start for a Legion commander.
Absolutely. They're even considering looking for more. I mean, they're setting themselves up even for the Wisdom Rune. Crit still in the area here.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's
A few rotations coming in from the side of BetBoom. 3 heroes now. Hey, but Crit, I mean, is he going to be able to steal this one? They don't have a stun. See what Crit can do.
Yeah, looks like he's scared.
Yeah, he's a bit scared.
Doesn't want to stand his ground against those two, so BetBoom will secure the Wisdom for themselves.
But he doesn't have TP, so... Will they find
the Dukes?
Using
Let's see him. He'll make them fight for it.
Yeah.
It's pretty beefy. I was on his own against the 2 of them, but indeed, there's no way out for Crit.
No. And now Crit's probably like, man, maybe I should have just risked that Wisdom Rune perhaps, but tough call to make. they get the connection?
And the stun. And the fear. RTZ, perfect angle. Some stick charges, but these body blocks from Fly, these two continue to play it perfect here.
That was beautiful from Fly. I don't know how you got kept in the Revenant duration pretty much the entirety of it from that.
Level 6 on RTZ, 2k lead overall for Shopify Rebellion. We saw last game, even though it was close at the start, out of all the cores, RTZ, he was behind. This time round, RTZ, he's already on top.
Yeah, this is, again, you know, their early game, their laning phase, they needed it to be successful. So far, it's looking hot, and they're already getting a bit aggressive. I see Fly, he's walking in looking if there's any stacks. Already level 5 on the support.
Behold!
Trying to see if they can maybe get something going around mid, around these 8-minute power runes, but was not the easiest for them to catch a puck. Definitely one of the downsides of Shopify Rebellion's draft.
Sieging, though. Definitely one of the positives of their draft. They already have this Dark Troll Summoner Fly. Might be able to get a little bit of tower damage here. And with this Beastmaster having such a good time, like these supports are just running around whatever they want. And Saberlight, he actually has his helm already finished up, so yeah, incredible timings at the moment for Shopify. But Puck, still free farming, so is Nightfall. It's Pure really the one who's suffering the most. How much can they start putting to apply pressure onto these towers, though, Shopify?
And they catch Nightfall. And the rest of Boom are coming around for the start to get a good opening with the magic missile. Should be able to find the follow-up with the Rolling Thunder as Arbed in on top of Nightfall. Roars there. And with the swashbuckle, they'll take the kill. Dreamco's going to get laid down. Only catches onto Saberlight.
Do they have the damage?
I think Saberlight's fine. They can turn for more Shopify. They'll get the stun onto Toronto Tokyo. They'll take out a second. They'll probably get Save as well. In with the swashbuckle. Shield crash as well. It's the third hero dead on BetBoom. GPK tries to turn up to bring Saberlight down. But Saberlight, he's perfectly fine. GPK's got to attempt to get out of it. He'll have the orb up in a second. They got ways to chase this. They should if Arbed hits the spell. He's going to be able to pick up another, and he will. Triple kill for Arbed. Shopify Rebellion. They're completely slamming BetBoom here in this early game. I mean, pre-10 minutes, 4K lead, 9-2. Doesn't get much better than this for Shopify's early game.
No, every move is hitting. Perfect rotation coming down from them again. And tower looks like it's going to probably go down here as well, too. Saberlight still has the helm creep, and that was quite a lot committed, too. BetBoom, that was their coil.
Yep, they brought GPK down there.
Yep, they're not able to find anything. In fact, they just lose everything here.
Toronto. You won't want to dance around with them too much either.
Jeez, and what, Abed, he's the one who got all the kills too, right? He almost has I mean, he's 800 off Diffusal with Arcane Boot Corrosion. The timing's going to be really, really quick on this. Yeah, towers got to start falling very fast. Even the mid tower, I believe, during that whole exchange, Fly took the mid tower.
It's going to be so difficult for BetBoom to fight Shopify right now. They've got to sort of reset and avoid fights in a way, unlike that they were doing in Game 1. You know, Game 1, they had the tools, they had the potential to fight back. This time around, with the lead that Shopify have, it's almost impossible for BetBoom to fight back.
Yeah, they're going to have to split map a little bit and just go for these catches, especially when, I mean, they're going to have to wait for these supports to hit 6. Still level 5 on Skyrest, still level 5 on Phoenix. Everybody level 6 on the side of Shopify so far. They need this burst damage in particular from Save to go for any kills, it feels like now.
I mean, Shopify's just running at them, Fly charging in.
Very nice.
Not really a lot that he has to be scared of at this point of the game.
And yeah, that is pretty, Diffusal in 140. That is very, very early to have this. They can look to just snowball off of this playing around Abed, keep looking to pressure these early towers, and Arteezy's just got all the freedom in the world. Wondering if he was gonna, I think a couple of the games I saw in his pubs, he did go for the Midas anyway on the Muerta, but he's just going for the, in my opinion, I like this build better. You know I hate Midas, so I like seeing him going for this Maelstrom Dragonlance. BetBoom's gonna have to slow things down, but Shopify, they're not gonna slow down by any means. Diffusal, as we said, done. Crit level 6 too.
Save in a bit of a dangerous spot in an attempt to pick up some action top, and he'll get more than he bargained for there. Arbed is making quick work of the Skyriff Mage with that Diffusal pickup.
Then he got blessed, of course, with the Lance of Pursuit as well too. So yeah, Abed cruising, and he's gonna get the Power Rune top as well. DD spawns right in front of him. Could not ask for a better start here for Shopify.
Can they turn it into a windfall? Something that has been difficult for them in these playoff stages of tournaments.
Definitely has. Definitely set up for success in this one, though. As long as they can keep applying this pressure, don't give up too many of these kills to some sneaky little blade mail action or anything from Pure. Things are definitely looking real good for them right now. BetBoom's going to need more time. They do now have timings, though. So GPK has Witchblade, big amount of damage increase there, and they have the Phoenix 6 and the Sky 6. So might see them smoke up, start looking for some type of movement here on the side of BetBoom.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Group up for the top tower,
They're
Shopify.
trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Shopify is definitely a lineup that could consider a Roshan. Decent timing.
Radiant's top tower
With the
has
Venge,
fallen.
with the Pango. Beastmaster, quite easy for them to do so, and here we go. That smoke's coming out.
And they got to find someone with this BetBoom.
They saw 4 heroes top, so they want to look bottom because they expect this hero down here to be alone. And will they catch Saberlight? They've got the scan on him.
They'll happily take a Beastmaster kill if they can get the catch.
He knows. So it's up, but he's still going to get
back in. Should be an easy one. There's no hesitation to drop down all the ultimates for that.
They're going to take a stack with it, so sure, why not there from Toronto. BetBoom, you can, I mean, that indicates quite a lot there that they're just like, okay, we're quite far behind. We have to get any kill that we can at the moment to get space for Nightfall.
Shopify, maybe see if they can try their luck at getting a kill themselves. They had eyes on Pure. Pure's already away from the wave top.
Maybe they have eyes on this Wisdom Rune as well, too. Flying crit's still lingering in the area.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, you see BetBoom's actually pinging the other side. They're like, guys, I might not be able to get this one on the left side.
Fly could just walk in for this, and I don't know if Pure can afford to try and stand his ground against these two. He's indeed got to stay hidden and just let Shopify take this.
Where are you going?
He's got to be careful how far he's going.
He's going to get it. Swap back onto Pure. Magic Missile, Rolling Thunder to follow up. They'll get the kill.
Abed 5-0. Flawless performance so far. And they get both Wisdom Runes, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Clean stuff. Nightfall farming to recover. Aghanims is online. Puck's still farming to recover, but Arteezy getting all the freedom, and this Pango is just absolutely enabled to have great success so far.
Toronto Tokyo as well, also farming to recover. Going the Midas route.
Okay.
It's going to be the way out of this game for BetBoom. If they can hold, they can turn it. If they can get to a point where Shopify trip up.
That is what they're looking for, right? They're looking to go for that later stage of this PL pick, but Shopify definitely seems like they're set up to be able to keep that pressure going.
I certainly think so with the lead they have right now.
You think so? Yeah.
And as you say, with the success they've been having around Arteezy's Muerta.
This is true.
In some of the other games, he's going to hit timings that he can't complain about. This is as good as it gets for how quickly he's going to have this Mjolnir, Dragonlance online, at a point where he could definitely join the team, look to force these objectives, and with that sort of build-up, there's no way that Nightfall wants to turn up to a team fight.
No, he'll just get shredded from the Pango and the Muerta for sure. Yeah, fast moves, 7k lead, just keeping that pressure up on the map, and BetBoom, you can see they have no interest in really taking full fights or anything. They probably want to look for some more pickoffs soon, but not the easiest to do so with the way that Shopify's been setting up. And now looks like they might head toward top. This could be soon a call for that Roche. I think when the helm's done. I think they wait for Saberlight's helm.
Okay.
But maybe they do set up for it already.
I would imagine, though, with BetBoom's position, they might try and chance a team fight around the Roche with their ultimates. Or you think they won't?
It's definitely risky versus the Pango. They need to get a clean initiation, but
I mean, they're smoking up now, BetBoom, but yeah, they've hit it with the scan. They're going to know that this is going on. The question is if they want to try and do something about it.
Yeah, helm is on its way. They don't even need Arteezy here to bring this down.
Radiant's top tower.
And yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to make any efforts to go across BetBoom. They hit the scan, they know they're in there, but feeling that at this point, they can't afford to take that sort of risk to bring the fight over to the Dire's top half.
No, not quite having those fighting items. I mean, Pure's 0-5. He's got Phase Blade Mail. No real form of initiation tool. It would be kind of them setting themselves up to disaster to walk into this lineup right now from Shopify with this lead. And maybe like quickly setting up for bottom.
He wants to start something up maybe down here.
Yeah.
If the rest of Shopify join him, tier 1 will be taken by BetBoom.
Dire's bottom tower.
Looking to get a catch bottom. Two supports continue to play around GPK.
And they're coming through the portal as well here through the twin gates.
Oh, yeah.
Shopify with the wraparound.
Dire's middle
the
tower
numbers are in the area here for
drowning.
BetBoom, though. They do have the Legion kind of close, too. Pango looks like Abed's going to start running over to connect.
And now they'll have the potential for the 4v4. Eyes onto GPK.
Rolls under.
Come on, indeed, Abed. Coming in from the perfect angle, waiting for GPK up on the high ground. He wasn't ready for that one, GPK.
That was sick.
It's just a number.
It just collapsed in upon them from all angles. No way out there for the puck.
GPK did it the right way too, right? Like he did the orb phase as soon as he saw them in the direction opposite, but boom, yep, everyone just there. Shopify covering their bases this time. And this is, I mean, last game, 20 minutes, right? 5K lead was there for Shopify, but this game, they do have better ways to force objectives.
And they have got that little bit more of a lead.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, they've got ways to push.
Cat's cured.
Trying for the walk-in duel attempt onto Saberlight. Saberlight's out.
Absolutely not what I expected.
I mean, the rest of Shopify are around as well if BetBoom do try and push this effort, but after sort of the failed attempt to start the fight, they won't throw anything more into that BetBoom.
No. Pure is about to have Blink, though, so next time, that can be a catch. So we'll have to see, is Crit going to be in position every one of these times to get these swaps off versus these dual plus Skywrath Mystic Flares. B-wards. Shopify.
I mean, they want to fight with this Aegis.
They have a haste rune and a shield rune on Abed too. Aegis with all the ice essentially got like 3 lives.
Save. It's going to go down very, very quickly for Shomi. GPK is going to try and jump in and out, but Save's already gone. The Dream Coil dropped down onto the 2 of them. Can he quite finish off this Venge Kill? I don't think he can. Crit's fine. GPK has to back off. Nothing to be found with the Dream Coil.
And now tier 2 bottom is in jeopardy. Courier will get killed from that glyph there.
He's under attack.
An Ancient Ice Shaman, they can get this push going.
Yeah, and they're getting all this done with just the 4 of them, of course. Pretty much the entirety of this game. RTZ, he's just been hitting the creeps because he's not needed to be involved quite yet.
I like it. I love it. Honestly, he doesn't need to go down there. He doesn't so much pressure anyway. But now RTZ,
he's been caught.
The blade mail, is it? Oh my god.
He's a little too strong for Pure to take on, and that's going to be some free bonus damage there for RTZ. Easy plus 18.
He got the ult off just before that duel comes out. It's enough damage. All the little things come into play too. The Grove Bow spell lamp, probably the thing that actually is enough.
Check this out again. Indeed, milliseconds before they're popping the Pierce the Veil, as you say.
Wait, I think the raindrop actually saved him, right? The initial raindrop blocking the damage too. Okay, I mean all the little things.
There we go. Frustration for one, but smiles for the other.
Well, Cheesy gets involved. 9K lead. I believe, is this a full Manta coming out for the Pango? Yes, a full Manta, no, casual Ogre Axe. Okay. Oh. Yell of excitement coming out from Saberlight.
Okay.
It happens.
Sometimes you just want to let it out.
Yeah. It's important. Yeah, just sticking as this 4-man unit, and it's working. They're keeping the lane pressure going too. Arteezy continues to free farm, and they are constricting a lot of farm from BetBoom. Nightfall's getting a bit, but he's not able to even catch up to Arteezy so far here. And Abed did get blessed. Always want to talk tier 2. He got the neutral that you want to get on a Pango, of course. He got the Orb of Destruction.
They're going to try again. He wants round 2 against Arteezy.
He needs that +1, so Save is in the area with him. I think they're going to try to claim this Wisdom, maybe hope that they can get someone else.
Can these 4 also take the Tormentor? It's a bit risky. Oh, it's definitely risky now with these TPs coming in.
Abed's here.
It's risky. Oh, catch him with the Swashbuckle. Pure's going to put the Blade Mail. He's considering maybe trying to turn around with the ultimate, but he gets caught by the Rolling Thunder before he can make that decision, and Pure, he's out.
Manta caught him off guard, perhaps there. Removes that silence. And they're still applying pressure top, even with just 2 heroes.
And of course, he did manage to get the Wisdom Ray at least.
Okay. Fly, can he actually also get away? They're committing the coil.
Dream Coil and Stun Ray. Pretty beefy. Not beefy enough. BetBoom, we'll find a little bit of action. We're getting a lot of kills this game. That's only the 4th one so far for them 21 minutes in. It's a little bit of something.
Little bit.
We'll give the money as well for Toronto Tokyo to get the GM out. So they can now start trying to just take back a little bit of control of this map.
Yeah, I was actually checking. I knew that they had a gem on the side of Shopify. I thought it was Fly actually who had it, but Crit, he's the one hanging on to it for the time being, so. But yeah, important whenever you're playing like this at a deficit, getting this gem, it can be a saving grace just to control the vision. 11K. Spin it up here, Shopify. And next itemization for Saberlight, he pretty much has the pipe finished. So versus the Phoenix, the Sky, the Puck, gonna be very effective when they group up around this.
And Arteezy's build's looking nice and safe. He has a Lincoln Sphere completed now. He just goes for the BKB next. And at that point, he's probably going to be ready to try and close it up.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of times even people purchase the Shard relatively early on this hero when you're playing versus these Blade Mills and stuff like that. We could see him do it, but I don't think he feels he needs to. No more duel that he really has to worry about for a very long time, because Pure, he's so shut down this game that he's nowhere near the realms of having any type of cancel.
Yeah, 0 damage.
0 kills, 0 damage.
Very different story to his Game 1 Legion, which was absolutely popping off. This time round has been well and truly punished. Just seems that Shopify, they knew the exact lane setup. They wanted to throw at this Legion commander, and it has worked brilliantly. Pure just completely shut down this game.
I mean, Fly has... Honestly, every time I watch Fly plays Enchantress, it comes back to me and I'm just like, damn, why don't people play more Enchantress? It's like when Celery plays it too. Sometimes they're just able to secure these lanes so well. Honestly, between him and Arteezy, it was quite flawless.
Dire's middle tower just got knocked down.
And for this game, I would say like the Legion with the Sky, in theory, has the easier ways of going for kill combos, but just because of how poorly that lane went, it's just non-existent. And now at this point, everybody's got like a Dispel or a way to protect himself versus the combo. The Nightfall trickling back in.
Decent gap there between him and Arteezy, and Arteezy having the tools to deal with the PL.
And they have the Pango as well too, right? So they do have multiple different forms of dealing with this PL as the game progresses. No X build though. That's the one thing on Abed. He's gone for more protecting himself rather than going for killing PL and stuff like that. So
Shopify, despite the lead though, they're slowing things down again. I can only imagine because they want to go for that next round of Roshan. And, you know, that would be sort of a dream situation for them. They can get the Aegis and then also have the BKB completed on Muerta. The next play.
Yeah, definitely some big timings that they'll be hitting. Toronto, Tokyo, I mean, his Midas definitely has merits. It's starting to pay off a bit here. Almost level 12, so level 2 Egg. He's actually matching the farm of Fly. But we'll see if that Egg is actually able to survive versus this Muerta.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Another tier 2.
Radiant's top tower just got sent to the
It's going to be a minute and a half on Roshan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're playing so careful. They're really both teams kind of just playing around their carry. And now at this point, Arteezy even having his buddies with him.
Radiant are scanning for enemy.
Yeah, just trying to buy this time, trying to get to these later and later stages.
See if Nightfall can carry this.
Gonna be a tough one for him, but he is getting that farm going. And they do always have ways, you know, the one thing it does come back to, until I've been clicking around looking to see if anyone's building Hex or anything. I didn't see except for Fly. They can't cut waves, right? That is one thing that can be a bit of a nuisance. This PL, this Puck, they can't play behind the lanes to cut for a while to prevent some push, but Shopify gets 1 or 2 catches, they push buildings very quick.
Yeah, they do. This is going to be the third and final tier 2 tower that they'll be able to take away from BetBoom here, 25 minutes in.
Now it's just Fly and an Alpha Wolf pretty much killing that tier 2. They might poke high ground.
I think they will. They feel strong. They can go for this and just see what BetBoom do. I mean, if BetBoom bring back the whole squad, does Nightfall stay out on the map still?
And we have to watch for the swap plays. That's the big thing about the Venge with the Muerta. If you swap this Puck, gets instantly silenced, that could just be an instant kill. So those initiations could come out here from Crit.
They can keep poking at this. They know that BetBoom, they don't want to bring all 5 heroes back for a defense right now.
And in the meanwhile, Fly actually has a creep inside the pit. So they'll know immediately when that Roche does spawn. And it does. At this exact moment, they ping it. Let's see if they want to back up for it.
Could go for maybe sort of one more round at the push, just to really increase the chance of the BetBoom of return to their base. Looks like they're happy with the state of the lane as it is. So after the Roshan they go. Did BetBoom do anything about this? I don't know if they do, right, Fog? I think they just got to sit back and wait and just hope that Nightfall's able to hit all the creeps that he can.
It's also going to die so damn fast versus this Muerta's farm. He wasn't even there last time and it died fast. Now let's watch how quick it is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive.
Come on, sprites.
Doesn't need to. I mean, if he wants to, if he popped the ult, it dies in like 4 or 5 seconds or something like that. But either way, it's dead in no time. Aegis cheese, another set of protection, and now it is Arteezy who's going to be able to grab that Aegis.
Yeah, this high ground defense is not going to be easy for BetBoom. Fight in a fantastic position, a position they've been able to maintain this whole 27 minutes so far. Seen them sometimes struggle getting into the mid game, but this time round, Shopify, so far, so good.
Looking hot. Just don't overextend too far on these pushes here. That's where you can start to really suffer versus these constant land spams and stuff like that. But so far, yeah.
Reservoir. They're going to try and catch them outside the base, by the looks of it. BetBoom.
Oh, okay.
Smoking up along the mid lane.
Scanning for
Nightfall, the only one to reveal on the high ground. It looks like Shopify are kind of aware that BetBoom might try and come in for this other angle.
Saberlight definitely seems aware. He's parking himself in front.
Dire's bottom tower.
Knows what they're trying to do. He's going to get vision on save. Now they're going to jump Saberlight. In with the duel, they'll get him. Whether he knew that they were doing this or not, he's going to lose his life for his attempt at trying to get that information for the team. Saberlight down.
That's a big kill. Nightfall starting to feel confident to peek up a little bit here, throw some lances. Arteezy does force the glyphs.
Okay, start toying around with him and being able to pop the Lincolns. They get the Dream Core down. Arteezy will just put the BKB in the Pierce the Egg. It's going to be the supernova out, but Arteezy's able to focus it. Crit is dying on the back line to Pure. Arteezy is very, very low, but he's standing his ground, bringing out Pure. Pure's going to be able to walk up to the high ground. That is the Aegis gone on Arteezy. Abed, he's diving in. Swashbuckles off the mark. He missed his Pure, not able to kill the Legion. Dive forward, and now he's caught by the Aegis Steel. Abed, he has to cheese though. Back up to full HP. They got Nightfall. Nightfall does not have the luxury of buyback. Boom. They did use the 2 support buybacks themselves. Toronto, Tokyo, and Save coming back into the action. They still lose the tier 3.
Nightfall died in seconds. Honestly, like, I think 3 seconds or something. I saw him get hit by a swashbuckle plus a couple hits, I think, from the Muerta and just deleted. Unable to keep himself alive. GPK tried to deny the egg. Did you see that? He went for this little cheeky hit on, but wasn't able to get it. And the push, Shopify, they can keep going.
They'll be happy with that one. Yep. Couple of casualties on the side. They lose the Aegis, but they take the tier 3, and they get a fair bit forced out from BetBoom. Arteezy not able to be focused, of course, during this BKB and Pierce the Veil combo. Turns towards the egg. Easily able to bring it down, and Pure, they'll put the blade mail, but Arteezy doesn't care. Happy to get the damage in and lose the Aegis in that instance. And Abed, they throw so much onto him after that dive, but ready with the cheese, he can walk this off.
Great team plays, 14k lead. They're looking to get this Rax. BetBoom, no egg available at the moment. 20 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Rax is claimed. They're happy. Aghanim fully delivered onto Saberlight now too. And I believe a full Aghanim is onto Abed. So Nightfall, we saw him kind of get the lead in that last fight. It feels like it's actually just getting harder and harder for him.
I saw this from Pure and Safe. They were seeing if someone TP back for the tier 2 mid on their own, see if they could get a quick catch, but it's not going to be the case. And Toronto Tokyo steps outside of the base. That's him out for 70 seconds.
Power of the Venge. They've got this wave pushing in up top. Are they just going to look to connect toward the mid lane with it?
I can't wait.
Looks like so.
I mean, there's no real reason for them to back down here, Shopify. They've got such the lead, such the siege potential that they could take these buildings down. GPK's going to try and jump in and toy with the back lines.
Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
4 versus 5 here on the defense. The tier 3's gone. Saberlight just having his army here pummeling into the barracks.
It's not. I mean, range Rax is dropping quick.
Got to do something soon if they don't want to let the second Rax go down. Jump forward again from GPK. Shopify, they're being careful, but they're still pretty much full HP here. They've taken out the range Rax. And the melee Rax focused down by Arteezy. It's going to be a second set of Rax here secured by Shopify.
They're just full HP, just rallied around these auras.
Even know
Looks like they might just continue. I don't blame them.
I mean, they've got mega creeps on the mind. Everything really has been going to plan for Shopify in this game too. This is the sort of way you expect to see them be able to play out the games when they have the sort of leads that they've had in the past from their laning stage.
Absolutely.
This time they've turned it fantastically into the mid game and into taking these barracks, taking these objectives, and just holding the game in a state where BetBoom, they have no answers.
No, and even though like they did pick quite a lot of heroes in order to try to address this Pango, Abed is 8-0. So.
Yeah, they haven't managed to kill him.
No.
And sort of these elusive heroes from BetBoom, it just hasn't mattered.
Nope.
You know, Shopify, they've just been hitting buildings, pushing objectives. They don't really care that they don't catch the puck or the PL that easily at all. I mean, as we've seen, Nightfall, the game's too fast. He's not been able to really get involved in the action at all.
Yeah, I like that they're just playing. They're playing their own style. They're not playing to react to what BetBoom's trying to do or anything. They're just like, we've got this push lineup, we've got this group up, and pretty much the entirety of the game, RTZ, since the start, had freedom, and they just moved around and took pretty much all the objectives.
He's got his next start done now as well, RTZ. I think what's that, the full silver edge? Yeah,
I believe
full
so,
silver edge coming out. Pretty much 6 slotted here, close to making Muad to look very, very good. Definitely something that teams are going to have on their mind when they're going up against Shopify in future games.
Yeah, honestly, with all the little buffs and everything, if you're able to have a good laning phase, this hero, he has merit.
It's looking incredibly hard to deal with at this point. RTZ 6k ahead of the farm at Nightfall.
Good God.
And they go for the base again. I mean, they've got to get back.
Their axes.
If they want to stop these mega creeps from coming out.
They're just going to have to go.
I mean, they're going to try. They're in with the jump, but the swaps there. As Sure is going to be dragged towards his death outside of the base. RTZ perfectly fine. That was the super number as well. They're ready to dive in and clean this one up, Shopify. As they go in, GG is called Shopify. That's the kind of games, that's the kind of performance they need to be bringing out in these upper brackets, folks.
Flawless victory. That was very, very nicely done. Nice tip there from Simulate to RTZ. Definitely deserved that top lane. Pure never got to play. He literally was not really a hero in this game. 2 and 8 on the Legion. Did even